Hi, everybody. Welcome to Queers and Soaps. I'm Tommy, and today I'm joined by Angel.
Hello.
Today we're covering weeks 2 and 3 of Poor Charles' story arc Miracles Happen. It was a holiday arc that aired in 2001. So this was a lot of fun. So I'm going to roll the credits and we'll get right into it. So Lucy is still frantically planning this wedding. And her
Yeah.
assistant showed up. We haven't seen him since the nurse's ball.
Yeah.
What was his name again?
Who was it?
Don?
Don, yes,
Don?
Don.
Yeah.
Don.
I think we said if it was on today, he'd probably be her gay assistant.
Yes.
Although, I don't know. I feel like maybe he is already, but whatever.
Yeah.
Eve gets an invitation to this party. No, I guess it's supposed to be a surprise wedding. Was that always the deal, that it was a surprise wedding?
The deal was it was always going to be a surprise wedding, but when Rafe sent out the invitations, Lucy was like, I'm just going to keep going with it anyway because
And just have a party
I just have a party. Yeah.
and see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Yeah.
And Eve is like pissed, and so she
He
goes
was
like
pissed.
running over to Lucy to tell her
Yeah.
off. And Lucy was funny. She was like, "Oh, I guess you want to have that conversation I was hoping that you wouldn't want to have." And Eve's pissed because she knows that Lucy and Ian slept together.
Which I forgot that we did know about that, but remember that was from that weirdly cut episode in Tempted, so we
Right.
didn't
I
get
figured
it.
that because I was like, I don't remember her finding this out.
Yeah, I think it was from. I think it was weirdly cut it out that she found out through Kevin.
Oh, now that you say that, yes, I remember that. I remember
Yeah,
Kevin being at the apartment and showing her the pictures.
yeah,
Or the tail end of it. It was weird, yeah.
yeah. It was weird.
But because her and Ian like seem to be on better terms and working on their
Hmm.
relationship, I forgot that that was a thing.
Yeah,
um Livy and Jack are like perfect. They are back on track. It'll
they are
never
couples together.
happen.
They're great.
They want to buy a house together.
They want to buy a house together, move in.
And the owner of the house walks in and is like, you guys are trespassing.
You guys are squatters. Call them squatters.
And they would like want to buy it, but he's like, it's sold already. It's gonna be like a burger barn or something. Cut to Rafe at the bar, and a woman walks in and she looks like she's depressed and she wants to just drink alone. She's talking about how her marriage has pretty much been like dead in the water for years, and they're just going through the motions. And Rafe does the purple light thing, and all of a sudden she is so optimistic she could conquer the world.
Yeah, well he gives her a napkin, and I guess the napkin had the purple light in it.
Oh, because she was crying, right? So he gave
She
her the
was crying,
napkin.
she wiped out her tears, and then the purple light happened.
Yeah. And I think she knocked over the drink, or he knocked over the drink.
No, Victor accidentally knocked over the drink.
Oh, okay. So it turns out that she's the wife of the guy that's given Livy and Jack a hard time about being at the house that's for sale. She walks in, she's so optimistic. She's just like, remember how the holidays used to be? Don't they remind you of us? And it was very quick because he didn't have the purple light. So he should still be bitter about how the state of the marriage.
Very bitter.
Unless he was wanting it to work this whole time and she was just kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
But she convinces him to let them buy the house, and I'm like, must be nice. Livy's like 18, maybe 19 at this point. Jack works at he's a mechanic pretty much. But they have the money to buy a house. So I was like, not in 2024. Because as far as we know, they haven't been saving for a house. They just got back together.
They haven't even been saving for a relationship, so
right. I mean, I guess Livy could always get Kevin to put down a down payment on the house.
Yeah, that makes sense because he is
rich.
He is rich,
and I guess maybe she could be too. Could she have a trust fund?
Oh, right, because of Rachel.
Right. I'm sure she's fine. She doesn't need to work.
Yeah, I think she's fine. I think she's good.
Does she ever work like on the show? Like, does she ever have a job?
I don't think so. I'm wondering how long they're going to keep up with this I'm in medical school type of thing. I want to know when if they write it off or if they just pretend it didn't happen.
How did she keep up with her classes while she was like under
I know,
teenage
right?
girl? I mean, I know Tainted Love was in the summer, but
Mhm.
that first semester was tempted.
Yeah.
um, so yeah, they're buying a house. Oh, and Jack got a haircut. He looks really good. He like buzzed his
Yeah.
hair.
He was wearing a hat. I think he
Yeah,
was
I thought
wearing
he
a
looked
hat
good with the
this time.
hat,
I
and then
was like,
later
"Huh?"
on, he didn't have the hat on when he was in the suit, and I was like, oh, he looks
Mhm.
really good. I did have a crush on him back then. I remember that. So Rafe is like really struggling with his feelings for Allison.
Mhm.
Talking to himself, talking to Victor, like hypothetically. And Victor pretty much says, well, if I were in this situation, I'd say like walk away. And
Mhm.
he's like, right,
Yeah.
right, I have to walk away. And he's like, I'm an angel. He's like, I'm not gonna be here. I have to go. um Jamal tells what's her name? Valerie.
Valerie?
I know it's a V. I know it's a V. Valerie. That he wants to find the adoptive parents of their baby because he wants to sign papers to give up his parental rights.
Mhm.
And she immediately like flips it on Allison and is like, you've been filling his head with this, like this is all your fault. And Allison's like, what? Like, because Allison and Jamal have been purpolated, so she's just like, what?
Yeah.
Chill. She's like, whatever. She's like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna let you guys talk about this. And she's like, Jamal, I'll just make sure that it's something you
Mhm.
want. And then she leaves. And then she goes and hangs out with Rafe. You can kind of tell that she has feelings for Rafe. There's
Yeah.
cracks,
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
lingering a little bit, the way she looks at him,
Mhm.
which is driving him crazy, I think.
Yeah.
um, but Rafe actually goes for it and kisses her later on.
Yeah,
And she doesn't pull
he goes
away.
over he goes over her house, and I forgot why he goes over her house.
I'm talking out of order because like them
Yeah.
hanging out happened before he went to the bar and did the purple light on the couple.
Yeah, and then they did the little light show.
Right. Oh, we have to talk about the funniest part. So Karen and Frank are struggling with what's his name?
Chris?
Chris.
No. Yeah.
Chris is like threatening Frank to stay away from her. He gets obsessive over women, huh?
Yeah, he does.
Every single woman that he ever has
Every
his eyes
single
on.
woman, including Julie.
Because he was like this with Julie. This not Julie, Livy.
Livy, yeah.
But this is worse.
This
Like
is a
he's
lot
like
worse.
playing with Karen's life just so he could like have control over her.
Mhm.
I don't like that.
I don't
Like,
like
yeah,
that
he's always
either.
been smarmy, but this is like evil.
Yeah.
So he's like threatening to not give her the cure for whatever vampire illness she has that's like rotting her insides.
Mhm.
um, I'm surprised she's still like affected by that. Like, I feel like if Caleb's dead, like the magic should just be gone. That's what would
Yeah.
have happened on Vampire Diaries. It would have just like dissipated.
Uh-huh.
That's usually like a lore. Like if you kill the master vampire, like all of his like magic is gone
Yeah.
for anything. But okay, she's still dying. Um, so he basically blackmails Frank with this that he won't give her the medicine to
Mhm.
basically push her away and say that he wants nothing to do with her.
Mhm.
And Rafe is like, "Oh no, 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 this guy's a dick.
Hell no.
We're not doing this." Purple Light.
Probably.
He's like, "We're gonna make it so that he can't lie and he has to tell the truth about everything."
Which Nolan North does a really good job with that, with the whole it's like some Jim Carrey movie.
Because he's like saying it and he's like, "Why am I saying?" Like he's a
Why am
facial
I saying
expression.
this?
He's just like, "I can't stop. I can't not lie." Like his eyes are just like, "Why am I saying this?" So he admits that he's been blackmailing Frank. Um, they get the cure, and then he's just kind of fluttering around in these episodes, just like being a jerk, but not in a mean way. Well, it is
Mhm.
mean because he's telling the truth, but like he's not holding back any of his feelings on anything. And it is
Nope.
hysterical.
Flirts with Allison's grandmother.
Wait, doesn't he kiss
He
her?
Yeah, he kisses her, yeah.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh, I'll make sure you're never on the board again."
Oh my god. But like Did he do that because he wanted to? Like, does he have a secret, like, crush on her, or did he think it was gonna advance his career if he kissed her and flirted with her?
I think it's the latter, yes.
Oh my god. It was so funny. Eve gets, like, hit over the head with, like, a crowbar.
Yeah. Well, she's
I
on, like, a payphone.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, "Oh, yeah, payphones." I did doze a little bit, admittedly. Did we get resolution to who this was, or was this just, like, a random, like,
It was a
man?
carjacker. It
And that was
wasn't
it?
anybody that we knew. It
So
was a
it's just false
carjacker.
drama to make drama for Eve?
Yeah, basically.
Gave her a concussion.
It got to the point where people in the comments thought that this is when she died, and somebody was like, "No, no, no, this was after. It was secrets. It was secrets. It's the only secrets."
I know when Ian and Eve were like, "We'll get back to how we were eventually," like, that they're working on it, and I'm like, "Oh, you don't
Mhm.
have so much
You
time,
don't
though.
have
You only have,
much
like
time. Come
you have, like,
on.
12 weeks or 13 weeks."
Yeah, and I remember like there's something in secrets that like does kind of shift their relationship, and I'm like, no, they're not gonna be happy ever.
Really? I don't really
I
remember
think,
Secret
yeah, I
Stuff.
think, I think, yeah. We'll get to it, but like, I feel like that there's something in secrets that just kind of shifts their relationship a little bit.
I watched part of Secrets. I think, I dipped out at some point because there was, like, so many they brought in, like, 3 or 4 new characters,
They
and I
brought
didn't
three new
like that.
characters.
3? And
Yeah.
I don't know, I felt like they were getting a lot of airtime, and I didn't like that, so I kinda dipped out for a little bit.
Hmm.
The finale was, like, my first experience with reading something online. I didn't read what happened, but I must have been on the message boards, and they were like, "Oh my god, can you believe who died?" And I was like, "Who died?" So then I had to, like, watch that episode on Soap Night, and I was like, "Oh my god, they killed Eve."
Yeah.
Ugh. Spoiler, I know we're not in that arc yet, but it was
We're
sad.
not at arc yet, but I mean, it's pretty obvious. Given like the previous episodes, we kind of were like, yeah,
Yeah.
we did drop a lot of hints, like basically bashed it over the head that there were hints of guys.
I think we flat out said it before.
We did file
Um,
say, yeah.
so yeah, so nothing really came of that. That was just false
Hmm.
conflict, just to give her something to do. Okay, so going back to Rafe and Jamal kissing.
Allison.
I said
I
Rafe and
mean,
Jamal.
yes, we do want Rafe and Jamal to be together. Yes, we.
Allison and Rafe kissing. Freudian slip, I guess. um, Jamal walks in with Valerie, and he's pissed, you know,
Hmm.
as one would be. And he
Yeah,
says,
before
like,
that,
"You
they were fighting at the airport. He was supposed to go over to Chicago to
Chicago."
wave away his custody rights over Hope,
And was it
and they were
Allison said she was going to Chicago too? I guess she was meeting him there?
no, no, no. This is after,
Oh, okay.
but she sorry, they were Valerie goes to the airport and it's like, oh, I'm coming with you. And Jamal's like, oh, hell no, you aren't. And then they start fighting, they start arguing, and they miss their plane.
Oh, okay.
And then that's how that's how they get back to the apartment. It's all Rafe and Allison kissing.
Right. And Rafe is trying to, like, explain I guess he's trying to say that he's an angel, and Allison doesn't want him to get in trouble, so she's, like,
Hmm.
cutting him off. She's like, "No, I got this. Like, I'll explain." So she makes him leave, and he asks Valerie to leave, and Valerie outside is like, "What the hell was that?"
Hmm.
And Rafe is like, "I don't have time for you. Like, mind your business." And Valerie's all like, soap villain, like, "You just helped me out with my plan to get Jamal." Or she said, "You just did me a big favor."
Hmm.
Um, they end up making up.
Yeah.
She explains that they've been spending a lot of time together.
Hmm.
Um, she's been a little, like, torn up about this whole Valerie baby thing, and he's
Hmm.
just been around, so she's been emotional, and he's been like a shoulder to cry on.
Hmm.
And I guess that resolves it because they were purple lighted earlier, so everything's great and we could work out everything.
Yeah. But as soon as he leaves,
I don't remember how it ends because Rafe leaves, right?
Rafe does leave. Yeah.
But he comes back at some point.
Yeah.
And I don't remember, like, I don't remember how it resolves him and Allison.
Oh, oh, oh.
But you don't have to tell me. We have one more week. I'll watch it.
No, 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 no. I'm not talking about no, no, no. Because like if it was this week, I hope I didn't watch too far ahead because we got to the party this week, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Rafe, sorry, not Rafe, Jamal, and I think it was Valerie. I forgot who it was. Mr. Hartman, I guess, that Hope's adopted father comes to town and
Hmm.
says like Hope has a kidney, needs a kidney because she's like basically really sick.
Hmm.
So Valerie, Jamal, and Gabriella go to Chicago, and
Oh, that wasn't
Allison's
Chicago. Okay.
yeah, and then Allison was supposed to come with them, but the flight got canceled due to weather in Chicago. I'm assuming Chicago, not Port Charles, because Port Charles was fine there. But
Yeah,
so
that
that's
was a
when she
different
goes to the
hospital set.
party. Huh?
That was definitely a different hospital set. Like, it
Yeah.
wasn't like General
It
Hospital
wasn't it wasn't
or Port
GH at all.
Charles General Hospital.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm glad to see Gabby, but I just don't understand why they're not doing anything with her. Like, she's such a good
Yeah,
character.
she is the donor. So she is the donor, so I guess they're doing something with her.
I
But
know, but
this
she's
is
such a
towards the
side
end of her
character. Like,
this
she's
is
not in a
towards the end
couple.
of her run on the show, so which
Uh,
I'm sad about. So
um, so rewinding probably all the way back to the beginning. Lucy sees Kevin with the woman that like mysterious woman that we're not seeing her face, but we kind of
Mhm.
speculated, and that it's probably Julie.
Mhm.
It's so weird because I- Kevin's relationship with Julie is not what I thought it was. So to
Yeah.
see him being so kind to her, I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, I don't think it's like this. I really don't think it's like this, but I think things have changed then. Yeah.
So Lucy thinks that the reason why he doesn't want to get married is because there's another woman.
Mhm.
And she's like lurking in the park and sees them, the back of the woman. She doesn't see the front.
Mhm.
And she said "ta" a lot these 2
Ha.
weeks. I think she was like, "I'm gonna tie all over that tramp's face." And then there was a kid that fell in the snow and scraped his face, so she helped him. And then when she looked up, they were gone.
Mhm.
Um, so the party happens. Everybody looked really good.
They did.
That's when we saw Jack with his new haircut. I liked it.
Mhm.
Um, I liked Livy's dress.
I
Um,
liked Allison's dress too. Like the whole halter top. It's not that I'm not allowed to wear halter tops. I can't wear halter tops. Busty people tend to not wear halter tops.
I liked her hair too, even though Allison's hair is
Yeah.
just typically just straight. I don't know. It seemed like I don't know, flat ironed it or something.
Yeah.
It looked good. Um, so Lucy, where was she going?
Hawaii, Honolulu.
Okay, so she wasn't even gonna go to the party.
No, no. She was there at the party and then and then she's like, "Oh, I'm not doing this." And she goes on the plane. She goes to Honolulu, except
She's like annoying the guy next to her.
uh,
And he like wants to get headphones and she keeps like listening to
I
headphones.
pulled us.
This actor looks very familiar to me.
He does.
I didn't look it up. I'm gonna do it later. But he looks like the actor that plays Ray's father on Sunset Beach in the earlier
Okay.
episodes. It could be because this is like 4 years later.
Mhm.
And maybe he was just working in soaps. I have to look that up. But so I don't again, I must have dozed or looked down or something. Was she purple lighted? Because I feel like she woke up and she was on a different flight and she was back in Port Charles.
Yeah, so she had a fantasy about like she's like I'm not gonna let anybody like whatever whatever,
Oh
and then
yeah,
she has
because I really liked her dress in that fantasy.
the
She looked so
fantasy with
good.
the red dress. Me
Yes,
too. Like oh
it
my
looked
god,
so
so
good.
good. Yes. Ah, and then Kevin was like, please, please. She's like, nope, nope, nope. So she wakes up from the fantasy and she's different person sitting next to her. First of all,
Yes.
different flight attendant. Second of all,
Uh-huh.
different plane going all the way back to Port Charles. Third of all.
So I guess she was purple lighted.
I think she was purple. Yeah, Ray did mention that, like, oh, Lucy, you have so much to learn, or whatever he's saying, and I think that he did that. He did that.
Okay. So I guess Karen took the cure and she's fine now. Is that it?
Yeah, Because Chris gave her the cure when he got
When he can
purple-lighted.
stop telling the truth, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, that was a quick sweep it under the rug resolution.
Yeah, it's like, "Look, I'm taking it, okay." And now she's at the party and she looks good.
Yeah. Um, so Lucy ends up showing up at the party, and I guess is a
Via
little
Jed
bit
Allen.
yeah. And I guess she's, like, annoyed that the party's still happening even though she wasn't there.
No, I think she's annoyed that, like, she has to that she's not in Honolulu and she's at the party instead by by no admission of her own
Right. Kevin wants to propose,
because he
um,
got purple-lighted.
because he got purple lighted, yeah. It was like a small purple light. Like, was he looking at the ring or whatever, and it was like you just saw, like, a little
It's like,
purple light or something?
"Oh."
Yeah. Um, so he tries to propose to her, and she's just like she calls him out about being with another woman, and everybody's listening, so they're all like and he's like, "It's not what you think." He's like, "I just need you to trust me and remember that you love me, and if you do love me and trust me, to marry me right now."
And she said, "Mary." Wait, there was a part where she says, he says, "Marry me," and I said, "Marry you who?" And she said, "No, marry Victor. No, marry." And then you can see if you can look closely in the background, you can see everybody laughing except for Victor. He's like, "What? What do you mean me?"
And that's pretty much how it ended with her just kind of like not answering the question.
Mhm.
Is that what you watched up to, or did you watch
Yeah,
more?
that's what I watched up to. Yeah,
Okay, yeah. So yeah, we have one more week. It's a very short arc.
yeah. Just
I'm
to catch
excited.
things up so that way we can always have our January start times.
I I'm enjoying it more than I thought I would. I
Yeah,
like the
me
lighter
too.
atmosphere.
Mhm.
Um, I like that Rafe before the party was like, "This is my last journal entry," because he's been writing in his journal at
It's
the
like,
beginning of
"Dear
every
journal." Do, 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 do. It's like, "Oh my gosh, my last journal entry." Dear journal.
So, we have 5 more episodes left, but
Mhm,
it's like over the course of like a week and a half because like they didn't air an episode on Christmas.
mhm,
So it's like that week was 4 episodes, and then the following Monday was January 31st, so that was the 5th
mhm.
episode. And then did they kick off Secrets with only like 3 episodes that
I'm
first week?
guessing they did.
Because I'm gonna assume they didn't air something on New Year's Day.
Yeah.
Um, I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, we definitely do.
It actually sounds familiar because now that I'm thinking, I think there's 63 episodes, and if those episodes are missing, like those days are missing, it that would
Mhm.
align correctly. Um, yeah. So, you have anything else to add before we go?
No, I have nothing to add. I mean, I can't wait to get into secrets because, like you mentioned, I don't know if it's because of the characters or because I had school that I didn't really watch this arc except for the end, and I don't think I got spoiled, but I did. No, I don't think I got spoiled. I think this was when message boards were when I had the internet and message boards were a thing and everything like that. So can't wait to get into it, and we'll rank them next time. So we'll rank the arcs next time.
Yes, our new ranking.
Yeah.
I did catch one of the SoapNet promos saying, "Rewatch Tainted Poor Charles, Tainted Love."
Yes.
So they were trying to get viewers out any way they could for the show.
Mhm.
But all right, well, thank you for joining us for another edition of Port Charles Miracles Happen. As always, you can find us on all the socials at Queers and Soaps. I guess the final week of this, it'll be after the holiday. So happy holidays, Merry Christmas,
Mhm.
happy Hanukkah. I think Hanukkah starts on Christmas Day, so they kind
Yeah.
of overlap a little bit.
And
Um,
happy Kwanzaa
happy
whenever that is, because I
Kwanzaa,
don't celebrate Kwanzaa. So
and we will see you next week. Oh, as always, you can find us on all the socials at Queers and Soaps. Not sure if I said that already, and we'll see you then. Bye.
bye.